Welcome back, and in this segment we will be talking about the nomination of Egypt's former Minister of Family and Population, Ambassador Moshira Khattab, to the post of the Director General of the UNESCO, which is the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. And we will be looking into one of the campaigns in her support, and we're having with us right now a teacher, assistant professor as well, Dr. Monya Adel, and she'll talk to us about her campaign in support of the ambassador. Welcome with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today, and may I take this opportunity to congratulate all Egyptians and Arabs on this occasion of victory of 6th of October.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you on a really interesting campaign, an interesting objective. So if you can tell us a little bit about, the objectives behind this campaign, what are you aiming for and how are you going to be achieving it?
The campaign is, first of all, a youth campaign. This works in parallel with the official campaign under the leadership and coordination of Ambassador Mohammed Al-Arabi. So the youth campaign has been trying to reach out to foreign missions and embassies in Egypt and try to campaign on behalf of Dr. Hottub. We are 150 volunteers who all joined in because of our belief that Dr. Hottub is the most qualified for the position of Director General of UNESCO, and this is such an opportune moment, and therefore we wish to have her elected.
Yes.
Now, tell me more about the approach. How are you approaching your campaign? Like, are you holding like seminars, going from traveling abroad, or are you using the internet? How are you campaigning for the ambassador?
The youth campaign has been trying mainly to reach out to foreign missions and embassies. We have visited a couple dozen of embassies in Egypt and tried to. We have presented them with the file. Included in it is the resume and vision and mission of Dr. Hottub as a Director General of UNESCO. We've also talked with ambassadors or cultural attaches or often first secretaries about why we believe Dr. Hottub is suitable. During our visits, we have talked about mutual issues that Egypt and their respective country faces, and how Dr. Hottub wishes to approach them. Besides these visits to embassies, we have also been active on social media because this, we believe, transcends the boundaries of Egypt. So we've been active on this front. We have also been part of coordinating a press conference that was held on the 23rd of September, Saturday, and during which we invited heads of multiple professional syndicates in Egypt, and this was hosted by the chairman, Dr. Khalaf Zanati, of the Union of Professional Syndicates in Egypt. And this was basically meant to endorse and affirm the civil society's support for Dr. Hottub and the youth in general. So basically she is supported by multiple sectors in Egypt society and of course by the government of Egypt.
Interesting. So why Moshira Khattab? This is what you were saying, that our mission is to present to the people why Moshira Khattab. So can you give us an answer to that?
Yes, of course. Dr. Hottub, I believe, is exceptionally qualified. So there are other 7 candidates for the position, which are all qualified, but Dr. Hottub has a unique background and credentials that make her the perfect for this post. She has an extensive diplomatic career. She was an ambassador to Egypt and South Africa and to Slovakia during its dissolution to Czech Republic and Slovakia. She has also been an independent rapporteur and vice chair in the Committee of the Rights of Child. She has been appointed as the Foreign Affairs Minister Assistant on International Cultural Affairs. So she has extensive experience on issues that fall under the purview of UNESCO, and we have always and often remarked that if you look at her career, if you assess it, being the UNESCO Director General is the perfect progression and lead up to this post. So we believe that this is why she's exceedingly competent for this post.
Now, what was the feedback of the international organization as well as the embassies and diplomatic attachés that you've approached?
They were all very cordial in their reception of us. They voiced their support for Dr. Hottub, and many of them also met personally with Dr. Hottub and remarked at the pleasant experience of meeting her. We talked about, while meeting them, we talked about her vision, her agenda, and all that, and they were very supportive of her campaign and her candidacy.
Interesting. So, what are the next steps? In this campaign, what are you focused on now?
Well, the youth campaign has ended. We have concluded it with the visits of a couple of embassies this last Monday. However, the official campaign is still ongoing. Dr. Hottub is currently in her international tour and currently in Paris with the envoy from the African Union. And the official campaign is still ongoing. But as for the youth campaign, we have concluded our visits to the embassies, but we're still very vocal and supportive of her on social media.
That would bring us to the question, what are the reactions on the social media? Because usually the social media will give you a more measurement, because of course if you're visiting diplomats, they have to be diplomatic about their views and they won't reveal their country status. While the social media, that's the pulse of the people, the average individual abroad and in the country. So what were the reactions on the social media?
I think chiefly from the international community.
Yes, but of course we need
yes.
to hear that.
There was a bit of surprise that the candidate was a woman, which we believe was very important to shatter the glass ceiling and the idea of women and the idea that women in the Middle Eastern or Egyptian Arab countries in general are sidelined or marginalized by men in politics. So there were very much of support and surprised that a woman was heading the position, and of course once we explained her qualifications and why we believe she's the best for this office, they were supportive of her candidacy.
Yes. So when you have a campaign, who are your target audience at the stages, at different stages? You mentioned the youth campaign. So why would be the youth a target audience for you, given the fact that UNESCO would also, the committee would be having like more of a say than the youth?
Yes. Well, the youth have participated in the campaign because of multiple issues. I mean, if you talk about why 150 volunteers would join in, you'd find multitude of reasons. But as a Director General of UNESCO, Dr. Hottub will have a very encompassing and general agenda and very comprehensive, which will of course target youth, and part of which why we joined, and of course will also target other people, children, women, scientific community, culture, and so on. And especially at this moment, we believe Dr. Hottub is exceptionally competent because she has voiced multiple times her purpose of preserving cultural heritage, which of course is an issue that most Arab countries and the international community is dealing with. So there's a multitude of reasons basically why the youth has been engaged in her campaign.
Now, for you as a professor, is this your first time to take part in such a kind of an initiative, or you've participated in other campaigns before?
First of all, I must clear up something. I'm not a professor, I'm a teaching assistant. Yes, teaching assistant, yes. This has been my first time actually joining some sort of a grassroots campaign, and it's not because not other opportunities have been presented themselves in front of me, but because Dr. Hottub has fascinated me, and she is a very impressive candidate for this position, and this is why I felt an obligation to join and be part of this wonderful experience and campaign.
It's definitely a rich experience when you come together to have the support of people, of countries, embassies, like you mentioned. So, in your tour and your campaign, what are the countries that are really supporting the candidacy, and how are you approaching? You mentioned the African Union. So, what about the European Union? What about other parts of the world? How is this happening in terms of support of those nations?
Well, of course, the African Union has officially endorsed Dr. Hottub.
So it's the total Africa?
Yes, so the African votes hopefully should go to Dr. Hottub. As for the European Union, we have met with ambassadors of Spain and also other representatives of Swedish embassy and German embassy, and they've all made it clear that the European Union has not had a consensus on who to vote for. And this would hopefully give us more chance, because there is a French candidate in the race, and it would make sense of course if the European Union decided to go with the French candidate. But the fact that they haven't had a united front on who to vote for gives
Yes.
Dr. Hottub a greater chance.
So what is settled today is the African Union, yet we still don't have other countries outside the continent supporting. What about other parts of the world? Do you have any idea?
We have targeted embassies or countries in Latin America and in Asia. We've been trying to have a very diverse support of countries. Many Latin American countries have voiced their support also. So there isn't really, so the only bloc of the continent that has endorsed Dr. Hottub is of course the African Union, but that doesn't really mean, I would exclude the fact that other countries will join. In fact, I think she's been very favorable as a candidate to other countries in different continents.
All right, interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
Yes, please go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
Ladies
No,
first.
no. Go ahead, Sharif.
I would like to thank you very much for joining us. It has been a great pleasure to join us, and good luck in your campaign. And definitely, it would be a source of pride for all Egyptians if you manage to get, this.
I wish to thank you for having me today, and for having giving me the platform to express my personal opinion on this matter. And I truly hope that Dr. Hottub assumes the post. Hopefully.
Thank you very much. Let's
Thank
move
you.
now to a short break and returning back.